Did you know that staying up all night can affect your brain more than you think? In fact, research shows that after just one sleepless night, your brain's ability to think clearly drops by 30%. That's a huge impact for something as simple as missing out on a good night's sleep. And it gets worse. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to serious conditions like anxiety, depression, and even memory loss. But here's the kicker: most people think they can power through it with caffeine or a nap. However, the truth is, your brain can't recover that quickly. Over time, those sleepless nights add up, and your brain becomes less and less efficient. In this video, we'll uncover what really happens to your brain when you stay up all night and why it's so much worse than you might think. We'll dive into the science behind sleep deprivation and explore simple, actionable strategies to recover quickly. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll understand why getting a good night's sleep is the best thing you can do for your brain. Stay tuned. Chapter 1: Brain Fog, the Silent Assassin. Have you ever pulled an all-nighter and felt like your brain was wrapped in a thick fog the next day? This is no coincidence. Lack of sleep literally dulls the brain's ability to think clearly. Research shows that when you don't get enough sleep, your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and focus, slows down. According to a study by the National Sleep Foundation, staying awake for 24 hours can decrease your cognitive performance by 30%. The impact of sleep deprivation goes beyond just being tired. A study from Harvard Medical School found that sleep-deprived individuals have trouble filtering out irrelevant information, which makes even simple tasks feel overwhelming. So, how can we fight this brain fog? The answer is simple: sleep. But if you've already missed that boat, try to take a 20-minute power nap to recharge your cognitive functions. Avoid caffeine. It may give you a short-term boost, but it messes with your sleep quality later. Instead, drink water to stay hydrated and improve brain function. If you're struggling to focus after a sleepless night, prioritize simple tasks first. This will prevent the brain from feeling overloaded. And here's an interesting fact: the human brain works best when it's rested and not multitasking. Focus on one thing at a time for maximum clarity. Chapter 2: The Dopamine Dilemma. When your brain hits a low, staying up all night messes with more than just your focus. It also impacts your brain's dopamine levels, which are linked to motivation, mood, and reward. Dopamine is the chemical that makes us feel good when we accomplish something, but sleep deprivation can cause its levels to drop. This results in feelings of lethargy and disinterest. Studies show that just one night of poor sleep can lead to a 10% decrease in dopamine receptor availability. This dopamine dip means your brain isn't firing on all cylinders. You may notice that even things you usually enjoy don't seem as interesting or rewarding after staying up all night. In fact, people who regularly sleep poorly are more likely to experience depressive symptoms, according to research published in Sleep Medicine Reviews. So, how can you get your dopamine back on track? Start by making your mornings more stimulating. Exposure to sunlight within the first 30 minutes of waking up boosts dopamine production, helping to reset your brain's reward system. Engage in physical activity, even if it's just a short walk. Exercise increases dopamine levels and helps counteract the negative effects of staying up all night. Also, practice mindfulness. Meditation and breathing exercises reduce stress and help the brain's chemical balance. If you find yourself battling that lack of motivation, break big tasks into small steps to create a sense of accomplishment. Chapter 3: Memory Meltdown. The dangers of sleepless nights. Have you ever forgotten something you knew perfectly well the day before? Sleep deprivation can cause that. Sleep is essential for memory consolidation. When you sleep, your brain processes and stores the information you've gathered throughout the day. Without that sleep cycle, your memory becomes impaired. According to a study from the University of California, sleep-deprived individuals show up to 40% less memory retention compared to those who slept adequately. In addition, staying up all night hinders the hippocampus, the brain area that helps store new memories. This can make learning and recalling information more challenging. So, what can you do if you're running on empty and need to retain something important? Focus on recovery. A well-timed nap can help restore memory function, but be careful not to nap too long, as this could interfere with your nighttime sleep schedule. You can also try repeating key facts or information throughout the day. This technique, known as spaced repetition, works by reinforcing your memories through gradual intervals of review. It helps keep that info fresh in your mind and compensates for the brain fog brought on by lack of sleep. If you've got a big presentation or exam, plan ahead. Prioritize sleep the night before. You may be tempted to cram, but research shows that those extra hours of rest will enhance your memory retention far more than staying up late ever will. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips on keeping your brain healthy and sharp. Chapter 4: The Sleep Deprivation Domino Effect. Impact on emotional balance. Staying up all night doesn't just mess with your brain's clarity and focus, it also wreaks havoc on your emotions. When you're sleep deprived, your brain's ability to regulate emotions is significantly impaired. The amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions, becomes overactive when you don't get enough rest. This means you're more likely to react impulsively and feel overwhelmed by stress. In fact, a study published in Current Biology found that sleep-deprived individuals have a 60% increased chance of responding negatively to emotional situations. The emotional consequences don't stop there. Chronic sleep deprivation can also heighten your sensitivity to negative emotions, such as anger, anxiety, and sadness. Over time, this leads to emotional exhaustion and makes it harder to handle stress effectively. So, how can you stay emotionally balanced after a sleepless night? First, try grounding yourself with deep breathing exercises. Deep breathing can calm the amygdala and help restore emotional control. Also, don't isolate yourself. Talk to a friend or family member. Social connection has been shown to buffer the negative emotional effects of sleep deprivation. It's also essential to get back on track with your sleep routine as soon as possible. Sleep deprivation is like a cycle, and if you don't interrupt it, your emotional well-being will continue to deteriorate. Lastly, prioritize activities that make you feel good. Take a walk in nature, watch a funny video, or listen to soothing music. These small, restorative actions can improve your mood and help reset your brain's emotional balance. Chapter 5: Focus Fails. How sleeplessness impairs your attention. One of the most noticeable effects of staying up all night is the sharp decline in attention and concentration. When we don't sleep, our ability to stay focused on tasks drops significantly. A study from the Journal of Neuroscience found that just 24 hours of sleep deprivation can impair attention to the point where it feels like trying to focus through a foggy window. This is because your brain's ability to filter distractions is compromised. If you've ever tried to read or work after staying up all night, you've likely noticed how much harder it is to focus. Your mind starts wandering, and tasks that normally seem simple become exhausting. This happens because sleep deprivation affects the brain's ability to stay alert. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, one night of sleep loss can reduce your ability to focus by as much as 50%. To regain your focus after a sleepless night, try taking breaks every 25 minutes, a technique called the Pomodoro method. Short bursts of intense focus followed by breaks allow your brain to recharge. Another strategy is to use active learning techniques, like summarizing what you've learned out loud. This engages more areas of your brain, making it easier to stay engaged with the material. If you need to push through a busy day, keep your environment distraction-free. Turn off your phone notifications, close unnecessary browser tabs, and keep your workspace tidy. A cluttered environment can add to mental fatigue, making it harder to concentrate. Chapter 6: The Brain's Recovery Mode. How to bounce back after an all-nighter. Let's face it, sometimes life happens, and you have to pull an all-nighter. Whether it's work, study, or personal matters, you might find yourself in a situation where sleep just isn't an option. But the good news is, even though one night of poor sleep can throw off your brain, it's possible to bounce back. The key is to focus on recovery. Start by resetting your sleep schedule. A study from the Journal of Sleep Research found that one night of restorative sleep can help repair cognitive and emotional damage caused by sleep deprivation. So, try to get to bed early the next night and allow yourself to sleep in if you can. If you've missed multiple nights of sleep, aim for a few longer naps during the day to make up for lost rest. Another important strategy is to fuel your brain with the right foods. Healthy fats, such as those found in avocados and nuts, are crucial for brain recovery. Studies show that omega-3 fatty acids can help repair damaged brain cells and improve memory. Along with healthy fats, don't forget to hydrate. Dehydration can amplify the effects of sleep deprivation, leaving you feeling even more drained. Exercise can also play a key role in brain recovery. A study from the University of Illinois found that even 20 minutes of moderate exercise can improve cognitive function and restore some of the mental sharpness lost during an all-nighter. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, which helps deliver oxygen and nutrients needed for optimal performance. If you need a quick pick-me-up, avoid caffeine late in the day, as it can interfere with your sleep schedule. Instead, Opt for herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint, which can calm your body and prepare you for better sleep. Lastly, practice stress reduction techniques like meditation or yoga to help your mind unwind. By giving your brain time to reset and heal, you can bounce back from the effects of an all-nighter and return to peak performance in no time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more tips to keep your brain healthy and your life balanced.